Everybody okay? Nobody set anything on fire, right?
Yes.
We're gonna continue to let that go, and we're gonna get to the fun stuff, the chopping. So I use peppers here because it's very, very pretty and really great for presentation and color. The absolute best way to cut a bell pepper is to stand it up like so. You're gonna cut it down on all four sides. This will help you alleviate the seeds from splashing everywhere and you having to clean that up later. You can take a piece. Another part about soul food and Southern cooking, we try to use every part of everything in the kitchen.
Okay.
This is great for chicken stock. You can use the rest of this for a stir fry. Don't toss it. Put it in a nice Ziploc bag, squeeze the air out, freeze it, and when you're getting ready to make some kind of sauce or stock, you already have it. You don't have to buy it from the store. You can make it fresh in your own home. Vegetables, and this is also compostable. So the knife work I'm about to do is called the fine julienne. Fine julienne, we're going to pretty much clean the inside of the bell pepper, like so. This rib meat here, we want to remove that. And it makes for clear cuts. So now the bell pepper is nice and smooth. You want to lay the skin side down, like so. If you turn it over, the wax from the bell pepper, it'll make it difficult to cut. Very sharp knife, inside down, inside up.
Yes, sir. Hey, I put a box of cheeses in your drawer. Yeah.
So we should have these going on right now. Little matchsticks.
You think I need to finish one?
The most important part to slicing vegetables is your sharp knife. Okay? Doesn't matter the cutting skills, the cooking skills. If you have a sharp knife, you'll be fine. So I just thought of something. I'm not sure if anybody ever heard of from the ruta to the tuta. That means from the mouth to the tail.
That's interesting.
Plantations, the hogs were used from the ruta to the tuta, right? The nose, the brains, the livers, everything was for something. When I was growing up, my parents used to eat souse meat. I hated it, loved it. Leftovers of whatever animals, ground it all together, seasoned really, really nicely. They would slice it really thin once they got it from the butcher and sear it off. It smelled good, but I didn't like it. Also, the fat on most animals is also used as a cooking oil. So if I was to have any kind of pig fat and I wanted to make my collard greens or my cornbread or my chicken taste better, I would take that oil, vegetable oil, canola oil, whatever I have, and I will add a cup of pig fat to it or bacon fat to it. And it turns the dish into something exquisite. Right, all right.
Anyone
Anybody?
have any questions? Anyone wants to share?
No.
I just want to say this real quickly. I'm a husband in the kitchen helping the wife, and I'm learning some more culinary expertise in doing so.
Go, husband.
Betty has her husband cooking in the kitchen.
No, I have him cutting stuff.
Yeah, I'm not cooking just yet, but I'm cutting up what she needs.
Chef, can you repeat what's in the collard greens? A couple people missed it.
Absolutely. So we have about 2 quarts of water. If you're cooking for 4 to 6 people, 1/2 of your onion, your collard green seasoning, and your turkey necks or whatever protein you're using in your greens.
You mentioned what are the turkey necks? What are the collard green seasonings?
So my collard green seasoning that I use green garlic powder, crushed red pepper, salt, and pepper. Towards the end, I'm going to show you guys a secret, and if I see it anywhere else, I know.
Spice King. Have you heard of that?
What was that again?
Spice King gourmet collard green seasoning.
No, I never heard of it, but I love a good collard green seasoning.
Yeah.
So our chicken is ready. It's beautiful.
The chicken is ready.
It's beautiful. Delicious.
Yeah.
The chicken will have more time to cook once we put it into the gravy. So you want to cook it to just about medium well, and we'll finish it off in the gravy. And just take the chicken, put it to the side, and this is when your house starts to smell amazing. Our garlic, we have that here. You want to add that to your gravy. Quickly add your onion and bell pepper so your garlic will not burn.
Chef, I have a question. When can you tell? I know the answer, but somebody else doesn't. When can you tell when chicken is done?
So, if the juices start to run clear. Now you shouldn't poke chicken because the more you poke it, the more the juices run and it'll dry out super fast. But this part of your finger is the trick, right? So you take your thumb, you fold it in, and you're gonna see this fat part here. Towards the bottom, where it's a little bit softer, it's gonna be a rare. As you go up, medium rare, medium well. Up at the top where it's really tight, well done. Just touch it, or you can always use a thermometer. The thermometer should read 165 or higher for the perfectly cooked chicken. Anything under that will warrant you a trip to the hospital. I don't recommend it. So now our greens are cooking. We're working on our sauce.
What? Oh, sauce.
Well, I'm gonna say gravy.
Okay.
Don't freak out.
I thought I'd missed something.
you want to get real fancy, you can add in some thyme right now, some bay leaf, and get
Okay.
real fancy. If you have it on hand, I'll give you a little sneak peek here. Is everybody getting that?
It's almost looking that way for us. Just got to cook a little bit more.
Got it. Great class. So I am the author of a cookbook. It's called Mom What's for Dinner. It is available on Amazon, Barnes and Noble, and on my website. In that cookbook is more recipes like this one.
Mhm.
While I'm in the kitchen cooking, I'm not sure if you can hear it, but I have my jazz playing in the background. Sometimes it's jazz, sometimes it's rap. It depends on how I feel. And I also have somebody heard me ask for my wine from the car earlier. It's a perfect.
It is. I didn't mean to cut you off, but your cookbook is longer than, say, 15 pages, right?
I think it's like 26 to 30 pages.
All right, that'll give us enough to work with and to try anyway.
Right. So I like to unwind and relax when I'm cooking. Usually I have one of my children in here and they're helping me, asking me questions.
Mm-hmm.
The computer's on the counter and we're doing virtual learning. Okay, so now we are in business, guys. I am ready for my chicken stock. If I don't have any in the freezer already frozen, I like to use this brand of chicken stock. I would get low sodium if I'm using something that's high in sodium, if I'm cooking something that's high in sodium. Or if not, I'll get the regular one.
Okay.
Always shake your stock because sometimes the sediment will set on the bottom.
Sure.
Okay. About 3 cups, depending on your pot size. Okay. Last cup, stop. Only use half of it because I'm going to show you a little trick. You're going to take your cornstarch and you're going to make a slurry. Anybody know what a slurry is? Want to help us out? So a slurry in the culinary world is a thickening agent. 1 to 2 tablespoons, depending on how thick you want yours. I'm going to do 2. And before you do not add the cornstarch directly to your pot, it'll make it clumpy and it's not appealing. You want to add it to the actual liquid and you want to get a fork. I prefer using a fork over a spoon because you can break it up in the bottom because cornstarch, as you can see, will settle.
Break it up.
You want to stir that. The cornstarch will not bind with this liquid. It will not bind until it's actually hot. So once you get a nice, even, milky looking texture, you want to add this to your hot liquid, but you want to do that while you're stirring. Still using my fork, I'm going to pour, but I'm going to continue to stir. This will start to thicken instantly. If it gets too thick, you don't have to add all of it. Same thing if you're gonna do a roux, however you want to cook the flour. The flour, you want to cook the flour first. I'm gonna hold mine right there until later. Please taste. You always want to taste to adjust whatever it is, even if you're using a cookbook, to your flavor. I'm gonna season this with garlic powder, onion powder, some more salt and pepper. to my liking. Anytime you add more liquid to something, you always want to re-season it, regardless of what it was. Keep an eye on your collard greens. They should be just about covered with the water. Is that enough? Turkey necks could also be cooked separate with onions. You can do the same process of thickening the liquid with the cornstarch or any kind of roux and pour over rice or mashed potatoes or any kind of vegetable you have. How's everybody looking? Smelling good yet?
That was not. That was not.
It wasn't me.
Taste again. For me, that's perfect. I can hold right there. I can hold right there. Once you add your liquid, your cornstarch or your roux to the liquid, turn your burner down to low. Doesn't matter if it's an electric burner, the flat top burner, or the gas. You want to put it on low. So my kids get kind of weirded out by anything that's too light. So if you want to darken this up, feel free to add a couple of drops of paprika if you have it. You gotta give it color.
So Chef, you said the paprika will darken up the gravy?
Yes.
I did not know that.
It's pretty much
Are you using smoked paprika or just the regular?
whichever one you have on hand. I'm using smoked.
Okay.
I should have did it before and after, but I'm going to show you guys. So now, once we add our chicken to start our rice. I work in a lot of Asian establishments.
Mm-hmm.
I learned how to cook rice from one of my Japanese chefs. I taught this method to my children. Like if you want to purchase a rice cooker, I hate everything being on my counters. I like clear counters, so having too many gadgets will drive me crazy. The perfect way to cook rice, I'll share that with you.
So if there's a question in the chat, can you use collard green seasoning on kale or mustard greens?
Yeah, kale is my favorite green, and I do put my collard green seasoning on my kale.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Scott, are you hungry yet?
Feel free to taste your broth. So, another fun. Does anybody know what pot liquor is? It's another Southern tradition.
Yes, ma'am. I know.
Yes. It's what you sop your cornbread up with.
So when I used to feel bad, my aunt, cooking her usual Sunday dinner, she will take the liquid off.
Hey, somebody's drowning you out. Someone's on
Hey, mute your phone if you're not speaking.
I love you, Zooms. So I just tasted my greens. I needed a little bit more salt. That got me straight. Now, if you would like, you can slice up your chicken and add it to the roux, or you can leave it whole. I've pre-sliced some of mine for my children's dinner tonight, but I'm gonna leave this one whole. I'm just gonna slide it in here and make sure it goes all the way under. There's extra juice in here. Don't throw it away. Pour it in there. All the way. So yes, pot liquor is the liquid off the greens you can use to sop up the juice with your cornbread, or take all the greens out, pour it in a little cup, and sip it.
And just drink it.
Just drink it if you're not feeling well. My grandma would say it'll knock the cold right out of you.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm gonna share this with you guys. How's that? Does this make y'all happy? This makes me happy.
I know you're gonna tell us anyway, but about how long do you let it stew?
It depends on you. So I prefer mine to be super, super tender. So I will stew mine for about 45 minutes to an hour. If you like your chicken, you want to just slice, you want to slice it, but I like mine falling apart. So this has been about a good 30 minutes. I'm gonna keep it on low over here while we move on to our rice. Now, me personally, my collard greens, I will cook them probably about 6 to 8 hours. This is a rush job. I already have some over here that I cooked already. I started cooking those at 11. I turned them off at about 6.
Wow. I did start mine early.
You can use any type of yellow rice, but I like this one. I had more. Perfect way to cook rice. The proper portion for rice is 1 part rice, okay? 1 part rice, 2 parts of whatever liquid you want to use. Coconut milk or almond milk, whatever you want to use. 1 part rice, 2 parts water. Usually I would chop up an onion, put olive oil in the bottom of the pan, throw onions in there, some bay leaves, some thyme, garlic, and then add my rice, saute my rice up real good, then add my liquid. But what you want to do is, I wish I had something clear. Add your rice to the pot. Let's just say we didn't have a measuring cup. The perfect way to measure rice. You want to add the water until the tip of your finger, it's 1 inch of your finger, this line here, the water touches this line. So the tip of your finger should touch the rice and the water should come to this line. Swirl it around, let it settle. That's it. That's it. Once it comes to a boil, you put it on low and allow it to cook. Okay. So now our greens are going, our chicken is simmering, our rice will be done in the next 8 minutes. Do we have any questions, comments, or concerns? Anybody need a little bit more help?
Good cooking. I'm hungry.
Everybody's not cooking.
Is your neighbor's house for sale?
My wine of choice tonight, by the way, for those who are joining me.
That's cooking wine, correct? That is cooking wine and not just drinking wine, right?
Yeah, I use drinking wine.
I
I
just
don't need
kidding.
any wine in my house if I can't drink it.
I hear you. I just had to say that. That's that.
So here's the book. It's
Okay.
Mama's. It's super cool.
What's for dinner, Mom?
So you guys check it out. Thank you so much.
All right, we'll look for it. We'll look for it. Oh, we'll get it from your website. In fact, my wife said for me to do so.
So our rice is starting to boil. Let it boil a little bit more when we turn it down. We're gonna taste it.
I might have missed it, but was that pre-cooked rice or was that just regular rice?
Regular rice. There's so many different types of rice. That's a great question. Now the parboiled rice is the rice like the Uncle Ben's and those of that nature. Then you have your jasmine, your basmati. You can use whatever rice you like. I like yellow rice when I'm cooking Creole or anything from Louisiana because the saffron in that rice is so good. Anybody have saffron in their cabinet?
Nope.
I have it in mind, but it's terribly expensive.
Yeah, I'm about to say
Very expensive.
Mm-hmm.
saffron is like gold.
Yes, it is.
Very, very, very expensive.
Really?
It comes in this little black pack. You have to keep it in the pack for threads, or the light will destroy it.
Hey, Chef Vee, is this a step-by-step guide in your cookbook, or you're gonna give out the recipe afterwards?
I'm gonna send you over the recipe, and everybody can. We're gonna learn a really, really, really cool plate technique when everybody's ready. The prettiest way to plate this dish to kick it up a notch.
Now, Chef Vee, while you're doing your thing, I noticed that you're pulling this off in an hour, right?
Right.
Now, honest to God, I don't like cooking more than an hour, and I'm like, okay, I'm done. I'm supposed to be eating now. So,
Absolutely.
how much prep time did you have before you realistically?
I prep right with you guys. As
Oh,
soon as we in, I prep right along with you guys. And the thing about it, I even deboned and skinned my own chicken thighs because it's cheaper than buying the chicken thighs already skinned and boned. So I did that as well.
okay.
About an hour. Probably less than an hour if I want to have time.
Call your doctor for screening, chest urinating, vision changes, or eye pain.
Can't hear you because someone needs to mute their
Somebody's,
phone.
volume is interfering.
Free access to research. Free access to Yes, absolutely. Now offering 0 commissions on online trades. Today, stronger immunity and better protection. That's why Eggland's Best gives you and your family more, and that's helping you for everyone. Oh, Eggland's Best.
So I'm going to show you a trick towards the end of these greens that everybody's going to be like, oh, these greens taste so good. What did you do? Don't tell them. Okay. Everybody noticed we haven't used our butter yet, right? Ooh. So we're waiting on our rice to finish. I already have some rice done. I'm gonna go ahead and show you a beautiful plating technique for this dish.
They survive by eating coconuts, rats, and meat from conchs. Incredible. Right down the way, everyone wants to play and great toss the championship trophy across the water to the state.
So I know a lot of people are a bit weird about their food touching. Is anybody like that in this group? No? Perfect.
Where's the hand raise button? Because I am.
Oh, you're not gonna like this, sorry. But I can give you other options. Anybody ready to plate with me? So I have my greens that I cooked earlier. You just want to make sure they're really, really strained. And I literally placed them in a baby mason jar. Right? You just want to strain as much liquid off as possible, like so. You just want to take these greens. This is enough for one serving. Okay, like that. Just a little ice cream scoop. My rice. Kind of want to put your collard greens on one corner. We're going to do different shapes. Let's add a little bit of dimension to the plate. Okay. That's not working. Of course, for the husbands in the room, you want to use more than this, but for my children, this is plenty. We take our chicken. One whole piece. Turn the plate on an angle. Just want to lay it between the greens and the rice. Gravy. Pour it over there like so. Now it's time for the smothered peppers. And this is fancy for any kind of dinner party. People think soul food and they think everything on a plate, on a plastic plate, and we're going for it. It don't have to be that way.
Very pretty.
Now, I also manufacture my own pepper sauce. It's a habanero pepper sauce, right? Soul food ain't soul food if you ain't got a little hot sauce. And I'm gonna pass this to my son. Now that our collard greens are done, you're gonna notice that your collard greens, at first they started off that vibrant green color. Now they're a darker green. This is when you know they're done. Okay. At this point, you want to take 2 tablespoons of butter, real butter. I use Land O'Lakes butter. It can be salted or unsalted, sweetened or sweetened, whichever one you like. On the packet, it'll let you know the measurements. Okay, here, 2 tablespoons. Drop that in there. Turn off your pot. It's gonna make these greens, this broth, so creamy, and your greens are gonna have this beautiful gloss that looks good on anybody's table. And check the time, it's 6:57. I think we hit our hour mark. And we're done. Any more questions?
Could you put the link for the pepper sauce as well? I put the book link in there.
It's on the website. I'm on the site.
Okay.
So now, what did you put on the greens to make them pretty?
2 tablespoons of butter.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. That's delicious. Rice is now done. Putting this rice. Done. Thank you guys so much. You were so much fun. I'm glad everybody in the kitchen really got to it tonight. Did you guys meet your hour mark? Is everything done?
Anybody have any last questions? Anybody want to share?
Share. I'm listening to my John Coltrane.
Well, we are really enjoying how your food's looking. It's looking real good.
I know. Can we see the plate again?
Absolutely. Well, let me make sure Rashad haven't eaten it.
Yeah, I
Oh,
was trying to eat that.
That plate gone.
Oh,
It didn't come out the room yet. Here it is.
it's beautiful.
See, we're at a little bit behind in you guys.
I need to send you my address.
Anytime.
That's about the neighbor.
That's what I was saying. Like,
Oh, pretty. And a different color, this orange plate, you got your greens, your green greens, your yellow rice, your tricolor onions. It's gonna make the children or whomever want to eat because it looks pretty.
It does.
Yeah, that's good.
For all of us who are on the call tonight, how easy is the access to you, and not necessarily to you, but for your materials that you're offering? What's the easiest access for that?
I have a website. I think it's gonna be in the chat.
Okay.
VEE, V as in Victor, EE, Rich, RICH.com. I have a new website dropping in March actually, for my new products. Also, I'm on Instagram.
Okay.
ITS.
Okay.
VEE RICH. It's the Rich on Instagram.
Okay. Wonderful. And reason why I say that is because I know a few people, and especially as a member of the church, I am a preacher as well. But I can also suggest to them, or at least tell them about it, and they can determine if that they want to try it.
Absolutely.
I like doing that way.
And every recipe in the book really can be done in under 1 hour.
All right.
I curated the book for busy moms who work full-time jobs, whose children have soccer, football, because my children are active. I have 4. I have a son in college. So these meals can be finished in under an hour.
Thank you. That's good to hear.
For those of you that still have your greens going, if you want to give them a little pop or a little flavor, it's just something different. I know most of us know about the tomato, cucumber, and onion mixture we add to our greens. Like, I'm a real down south Georgia girl, but I would drop like a tablespoon of this or 2, depending on your flavor, into my
and I covered. So, cider vinegar.
Oh, I already put some in the green.
Oh yes, you already added it?
Apple cider vinegar is good for a lot of things.
I love it.
And she's her family heritage is from Louisiana too. So Baton Rouge, in fact, Appaloosas rather say, and so she knows about that kind of stuff.
Oh yes, I love all of that. I was like, should I add the apple cider vinegar? I'm like, they need to know about the apple cider vinegar.
Yeah.
Bethany, did you try the rest? Did you cook while during this class, or you're gonna wait? Sorry to put you on the spot.
I don't know who that was addressed to.
Bethany.
Oh, Bethany.
We were talking about the smothered chicken the other day. That's why.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Hey, Chef. Now. Hi. Yes.
Hey, Chef, I had a question. I saw you're using a cast iron pan.
Yeah.
And I've almost given up on them now. Mine all rust.
Don't give up. Please,
You're not properly seasoning it.
Absolutely.
I am.
So do not throw it away.
Yes.
What you do is grab you one of those Brillo pads, the wire ones.
You're
gonna scrub as much rust as you can out of it, right?
Okay.
Once you scrub the rust out, rinse it
Mhm.
out, dry it again, add a little bit of oil, whether it be
Mhm.
canola oil or vegetable oil, rub it all around your pan, put it in the oven at 400 degrees. But open up windows, turn on your fans because it's gonna smoke. But you want that because now you are curing the cast iron skillet, right?
Okay.
So once that happens, you want to pull it out. You can add some salt to it at that point. And again, be careful. You want to scrub that salt around the pan.
Mhm.
Salt heats up really, really good. So it'll be heated all the way around the pan.
Mhm.
Then you want to rinse it and repeat until the rust is gone. Once the rust is gone, do
Mhm.
not ever, ever, ever submerge in water. Ever.
Mm-hmm.
Never put it in a dishwasher. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Once you're done with it, if it's sticky or something is stuck to it, after you're done cooking, you want to add water to the pot, keep it on low and let it simmer until that loosens. Once it loosens, just pour it off and wash it with the soapy rag or soapy towel. Dry it immediately and then add more oil, rub it around the pot and let it sit. It'll never rust on you again.
Okay. I saw you're using a fork on yours.
So
Would
it's
that
not non-stick. It's not a non-stick pot. Now for a non-stick pot, you never want to put any kind of metal in a
Okay.
non-stick pot. But
Mhm.
for cast iron, it's okay.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Let me know how it works. Send me an email. I want to see. But cast iron skillets are amazing. I cook my children eggs in there, omelets, cornbread, chili, oxtails, all of that.
Yeah.
Pineapple upside down cakes.
Ooh, what is this? We need to talk later. Yes, pineapple upside down cakes. My favorite. I make pineapple upside down pancakes.
Can you tell us a little bit about 2 more recipes that are in your book?
So in the book, my favorite recipe will be Grandma Patsy's chili. My children are Panamanian and African American. Their grandma moved to America when she was about 19, didn't speak a lick of English. She learned English here. And she brought over this chili recipe that is amazing. She used the dried beans that she would soak overnight. And you would think this chili is Jamaican, but it's Latin American, it's West Indian. So the chili is one of my favorites. It's chili with rice. It's a really, really good one pot. And I love ramen. The ramen recipe is absolutely amazing. Like the kids can get to, I always add all the ingredients to bowls, line them up on the counter. I put the broth in the bowls and let them add the scallions, the bell peppers, the cilantro, the fresh ginger, fresh turmeric, whatever to their ramen. So those are my 2 favorites in the book.
Sounds good.
My favorite cocktail in the book is the sangria.
Well, thank you. If anyone does not have any questions, that concludes tonight for our Black History Month events. And then please join us for our R&R on next Wednesday. It's going to be a midday break. We're going to be playing music from all genres, a lot of African American, Black, Caribbean, etc. People that have contributed to music. And as well as DJ said, we'll be teaching the electric slide. So anyone who needs practice, that should be fun. Little midday break. So thank you, Chef Vee.
So much fun. Thank you guys. I really appreciate it. I had so much fun. And pineapple upside down.
Yeah. Thank you, Nicole.
You are welcome.
Thank you, Nicole.
You're so
Thank
welcome.
you. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Love you all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Plastic and Congressman Swalwell were making their presentation.